Girl, everybody.
Electric chair.
Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to 2019. I know y'all looking like Justin. Girl, you been gone 10 whole days without a video. Girl, I was off beat, honey. I was sounding like Kim Kardashian. Without a video from you. Girl, I had to take a minute to get my spirit, to get everything right and ready. I did serve you all a sickening in the middle video this morning, this afternoon. I hope you all are checking it out. Shout out to all the people who participated in it. Deshaun Harrison, Colonized Local, Tasia, which is her name, Asian Expression, who else would have been? Kayla, Jatella, Jordan, like all these folks. Y'all make sure y'all follow them on social media and y'all uplifting them. Like, these people offered a lot. And I'm just so glad, like, I'm glad that I was able to do something like that for you all, because I know a lot of folks were like, Justin, we want your point. We want you to hear what you got to say. And I wanted to make sure that I was doing it in a good way. I don't know how to necessarily explain that, but I wanted to do it in a way where, you know, it wasn't just my opinion. I was listening to others and I learned a lot in that video. So you make sure you're checking it out. With that being said, I do have a lot to say about everything. So let's get into this King of Reads TV video. Girl, let's start with my favorite person in the world, Pastor John Gray. The big coat that is too big for him. Girl, Pastor John Gray is in the news. Apparently, y'all know that he gave his wife a big, extravagant gift. Girl, he gave his wife a $200,000 car. It was a Lamborghini Fidelity. So, apparently, he gave her a $200,000 Lamborghini because he had stepped out on the marriage. And that wasn't the conversation in the beginning when it happened. I think it happened around November, December, when, you know, the gift was purchased or whatever. So now there's this conversation of, you know, he stepped out on the marriage and he cheated on his wife. And that was one of the gifts he gave her, to be like, you know what, take me back, all that type of stuff. So Pastor John Gray, not surprised, he already said that he's not ready for his wife. He said his wife is a big coat, and her big coat, she said, I did what I had to do because I didn't want the devil to win. There is so much to be said about how much we allow ourselves to go through pain and suffering just so this so-called thing does not win. And I think we need to really unpack why we're doing that, because it does not make any lick of sense. Like, this woman, like, if this man is doing all this type of stuff and making you said, you know, she said that she went through some stuff. She suffered, she was in pain, she was hurting, but she stayed because she did not want the devil to win. Girl, like, I don't know. We're gonna have to talk about that, but I'm not gonna do it right here. But I want to hear your thoughts. Like, how did you feel about it? Were you surprised? Were you shocked? I was neither. Like, I expect that of John Gray. That's just the type of person he is. He's already let us know, which is why I called him out in that comment when he said that his wife was, like, he was not ready to receive his wife. He wanted a mother. And, you know, that's exactly what she's doing. That's their relationship. I ain't gonna knock it, but I am gonna make fun of it. Moving on to some old tea. Y'all know the queen of rap. Okay? You're gonna be hot, nigga coffee. Y'all know the queen of rap has, you know, said that she is considering going back with Offset. It's January. I expect probably around February, around Valentine's Day, there's going to be some type of announcement, probably a small something. We're going to find out that Offset and Cardi B are back together or whatever. That's their business. Like, girl, I guess 2019 is going to be talking about everybody's relationships or whatever. But, you know, he did whatever. Cardi B is accepting him back. I feel like Cardi B is very talented. I think she has a lot to offer for herself, for her family, and for her child. I think Offset doesn't have anything to offer her but her pain and more drama. And I honestly believe he's going to do it again. I think he's going to, you know, have a situation again because, you know, he just can't really help himself. He really can't. Like, y'all had got married and he didn't care. Like, it wasn't no y'all were living together or, you know, some type of situation where it's not that serious. Like, he took a vow in front of a bunch of folks. He asked to marry you in front of a whole bunch of people. And y'all are two big celebrities. So not only is he embarrassing you as a person, he's embarrassing your brand as well, because y'all are a brand together. And it's trash. But girl, you know, I'm gonna let you cook on that, or cook for him, whatever you want to do. So I wasn't gonna talk about y'all favorite comedian, but a lot has been said. Y'all know Kevin Hart has been on this re-apology tour. He's been, saying how he feels and he's not that person and that. It's just been so much. Y'all know he went on Ellen DeGeneres and Ellen allowed him to get on their platform and basically not take any type of accountability at all. First of all, that was not Miss Fish Mouth. That was not her place at all to jump into their conversation. Like, that was not her place. Ellen is not black, to my knowledge. She's not a male. Like, she's not. Like, the whole situation, what Kevin Hart was talking about, the things that he was saying affected black folks first and foremost. And then it affected black queer folks. But as we dig deep in Kevin Hart, we also find other problematic tweets of him joking about smacking or making jokes about him, Chris Brown, and his wife, whatever that means. He also made a joke about dark-skinned women take punches better, like that type of stuff. So Kevin Hart is not just trash to the LGBTQ plus community. He's a trash overall person, and I don't see how y'all don't see him tap dancing Daffy Duck style all across. Like, I don't see how y'all don't see how Kevin Hart has changed. His comedy has changed so much. When I see him, I immediately see minstrel show, blackface. Like, I see that with Kevin Hart. Like, I see that with the movies, how they put him with other actors and the titles in the movies and stuff. I see that from Kevin Hart, and I'm not surprised. So these tweets and stuff don't shock me. He's been saying trash stuff about dark-skinned women. He's never been held accountable. He cheated on his first wife, and then he's married to the one that he was apparently allegedly cheating on with or whatever. Like, he's married to her and he's disrespected. He's cheated her. We've seen that. Like, Kevin Hart, you're going on these platforms and you're talking. Like, girl, just shut up. Just say you don't care. And if you look right now, there was never an apology that Kevin Hart ever gave, period. The only thing that he said was that we're just too sensitive and we can't make jokes. The same thing that Chris Rock's sitting here doing. While you sitting here got a white man using the N-word right in your face, you didn't say anything. But you don't surprise me in it either way. Like, neither one of y'all surprise me because y'all like being close to white people. Y'all like being able to get these checks. Y'all like to continue to get these gigs and make white people happy at the cost and expense of your skin and your folks. Like, you don't mind selling yourself out, and that's cute, girl. Do what you got to do, but I'm not gonna do it. So Kevin Hart, saying that he's not interested. He went on Ellen and said, "Oh, girl, I like Ellen, that was not her job." I'm glad folks got on Ellen's ass. That was not. I don't like Ellen. I don't trust Ellen, and I don't fuck with her. She's the white folks shade room. I've been told y'all that. And to that person who said, "Damn, you don't like nobody." I'm so tired of every time I call out some folks who are white who did some shit that I don't care about and I'm not here for. Y'all want to come here and put on your damn flag or something to help her out. Let me tell you something. I'm black 24/7, 365. Get into the Tom Joyner Morning Show, bitch. 375, 365 black. Okay, I'm about to sound like what's her name? BICTH period. But I don't care for Ellen. I've already said that several times. I've said it on For the Culture Podcast. I'm not here for her. I don't trust her. I don't like how she takes certain stuff from certain communities and blow it up. Like, she doesn't. Like, I just don't trust her. And I just don't. There's so much, and I'm not going to spend my time talking about it. But Kevin Hart went on there. He hasn't, like, if he never apologized, first and foremost. There's no video of him apologizing, period. Like, there was even a whole article about we can't find Kevin Hart's apology. Don Lemon even said it. And Don Lemon, his video on CNN, like, him talking about it, it just basically he just was honest, and it was real respectful. I don't care about being respectful because that shit don't get you nowhere. You see, he went on other folks' show. None of these people are black queer folks. Didn't have discussion. None of these folks even have black queer folks to even call him out or to accept whatever apology. He owes black women apology, especially too, for the disrespect he continuously do. Like, and continue to does now. Like, he's just trash. I'm not here for him. Screw him. And if he really cared, he would just apologize. Anytime somebody come to me with some trash stuff that I said in the past, I said, girl, yeah. I always acknowledge how trash this shit is because I want folks to know that I feel bad for how I was. And for folks to say, oh, that happened so long ago, da 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 da. We don't know that. Some folks can sit up here and say all types of stuff in front of whatever and can still have these still have these same trash politics and affecting people, and we might not see it. So no, we see what happens when folks in here singing and telling us to step in the name of love, but around here doing trash in the dark and continuously still doing trash shit. So girl, no ma'am. Girl, we gonna hold some space for Wendy Williams, honey. Wendy, girl, they said your husband had moved out the house, allegedly, girl, because you ain't finna take my usage out there. Girl. But girl, they said your husband allegedly moved out. He moved in with this new girl that he done got a mistress pregnant. Girl, it's a lot. Like, Wendy, I feel bad for you at this point because like the reports just keep coming out of Wendy dealing with her husband. Like, it's just so much like that is going on with her situation and how he's left and you know how he's moving on, and folks that's close to her saying, girl, something is not right. Like, I hope that she gets it together. Y'all seen the reports and stuff, and Wendy's like, I don't know, they renew her show another year, but I do think it's in jeopardy. I think if there is something going on. I'm not sure. I've not watched Wendy so far this year. They said they've been doing reruns and stuff, and she's not coming back. And there's a couple of clips of her, you know, misspeaking and stuff like that I told y'all there. But Wendy, like, she needs to find her some like, girl, everybody got some relationship issues going on. We got Kevin. Girl, we got, who is Pastor John Gray? I'm not gonna call him no damn pastor no more. He's just John Gray, girl. He's just gray at this point, gray, because he always in the gray area just trying to decide if he trash or not. Girl, you are a trash bag. But I just hope that our homegirl, Wendy, can get it together because she needs it, and like, she's a queen of she's a queen of gossip. I live for Wendy, but I don't like this Wendy, girl. Get it together. Somebody else that needs to get it together, Meek Mills. Meek Mill had an attack on black women who were in wigs and stuff, and he was saying, y'all, what's going on with the wigs? Like, Meek Mill does not surprise me. Meek Mill is still in the process of learning or whatever. We're always learning. All of us are still learning. I need people to understand that. Folks be like, well, you just wasn't woke. Like, girl, like, what is that? Woke means that you're aware. Like, no, girl, and I don't want to be woke. I need to sleep eventually, like I need to get some rest, but that's why I'm continuously learning and growing, and all of us are doing that. So Meek Mill went from saying stuff about the Super Bowl, about this and that, like coming out having these dialogues about prison reform, all this. Now he's talking about something, oh, y'all need to stop wearing these wigs, y'all need natural hair. Stop telling women, stop telling black women what they need to do with their wigs, their bodies, their everything. Like, that's not... Shut up. You still learning, you still like, but it's gonna hurt. Like, growing pains. Like, Meek Mill, shut your ass up. Pay attention. Like, you just made a tweet and said that, what was it? He said something about going to the Super Bowl or something, like, damn, such and such. Like, I don't think, like, I'm really thinking that you're being performative as fuck, Meek Mill. And I don't think I think you learned a little bit, but I think you taking sound bites and now it sounds good. You're using buzzwords like prison reform, this and that. And like, you got some stuff to like unpack. Like, you got some stuff that you need to work on, and I hope you get that in 2019 and for the 2020. You know, the Super Bowl will be in Atlanta, Georgia, girl. There's a lot, girl. They got potholes they trying to clean up. Girl, everybody's trying to make it for these folks to come in here and spend some money in the city, and you got homeless people laying right next to the stadium. It's just a whole bunch of mess, and it constantly reminds me of how trash this planet is. We really care about like this couple of hours of somebody like these folks having fun. Hundreds of millions of dollars have been spent on this Super Bowl thing. Like, not even just the city getting prepared, but the advertisement, all of it, like the structure and all that. It's probably close to $1 billion, if not more. But we got like folks living outside, like in poverty, like. And I'm really nervous about how this is going to impact the city of Atlanta, because the rent in Atlanta, like, people keep saying it's affordable, girl. You have people that are literally making under like really minimum wage, and they are not able to live in where they work at because the rent is so high. And these folks gotta stay like an hour outside of the city, and y'all know Atlanta traffic is trash. These folks had to commute back and forth like an hour and 2 hours to work. So that's like an hour, probably 2 hours or 4 hours for some, like commuting. That's not even time to getting ready and stuff. So these folks are doing this just to be able to work in these areas that they can't even afford to stay in. It's sad. And I'm one of those folks like trying to find somewhere to stay in Atlanta, Georgia, and it's just like, girl, who, like black folks built Atlanta, black folks made Atlanta. Now that we've done that, y'all want to raise this shit up where we can't afford it so y'all can move our ass outside. It's too much for my spirit. So Joe Budden's wife, what's her name? Santana, girl, I don't know her name. I ain't finna, like sis. So there's this old resurfaced podcast of her on Lip Service. You know, that's Angela Yee's podcast and some other folks that I don't really give a damn who are on there. And she was just basically saying, oh, black men cater to us Spanish girls. They do. And the girls ate her live on social media. They ate her live. And she came out and she put out an apology. She said, she put out a long Instagram post and she said, you know what? That shit was garbage. And girl, that was 2 years ago. It was 2016. And, I've learned from that. There's this, disconnect when it comes to black women and Latinas. Like, we need to work on that. She just went in depth and said, folks was telling her that she didn't need to apologize. It was old. And then she said, no, because if I hurt black women, I need to take ownership for that. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Kevin Hart, your short Napoleon complex ass could use some of that. Like, you can use some of the energy that she gave, and she doesn't even have the visibility that you have, and she's taking more ownership than you will ever take, honestly. And I'm just like, Joe Budden is still trash, but I'm glad that opened up the conversation between black women and Latinas. Like, girl, no ma'am. Like, no ma'am. No ma'am. But she said all that. They was dragging your ass, girl. They said, girl, you doing all that for a black man to worship you and do whatever, and you got to beg your man for sex. Make it make sense. But sis, I'm glad you came out and did what you had to do, and cute for you. So moving on, let's talk about some serious stuff. I know a lot of folks are like, oh, Justin, I really wanted your comments and what you had to say about the docu-series that came on Lifetime. Like, girl, I ain't gonna say too much because y'all know, like, YouTube is on it, going through trying to, find out who talking about it so they can do this and that. And it's a lot of trauma talking about this stuff, so I don't want to trigger anybody. But I'm gonna do a quick brace of how I felt about it watching it. It was a lot. I'll talk about it a little bit more in detail on the in the middle episode with other folks and some other survivors and some other people who have been around conversations around that and do a lot of work with organizing and stuff. So y'all make sure y'all check out the latest episode of In the Middle. It's on kingareach.com. I was one of those folks who, like, that happened when I was in middle school. I didn't understand. I think it was in high school it happened. I didn't understand it. But this docuseries, Dream Hampton did a great job of, like, painting the picture of truth and how we look at what's going on and how can we, do right by these survivors and these, like, people who've experienced this stuff from this man. And the only thing that I did not like about the docuseries was Charlamagne the God being a part of that. I don't think he was the right person to call on. Charlamagne has his own situations and stuff going on, and we talked about that. Specifically, Deshaun talked about that, the timeline and stuff of Charlamagne the God. He was not the right person. A lot of people were not here for that. But that was the only thing. I was a little bit, like, disappointed in a lot of folks' comments, on Facebook. People making jokes, and people did not understand who was Tarana Burke. People were saying, I know R. Kelly didn't, I know he did nothing with her. Like, that's not funny. Tarana Burke is the founder of Me Too. Like, she was there to talk about it. So it lets me know that you were not even involved in watching it. You just read whatever, and you just took some hot takes for some clicks and some likes, and y'all post stuff up at the cost of black women, and it was trash. A couple of people have stopped me. I love y'all when y'all stop me. I appreciate y'all when y'all stop me. Y'all see me in public. But there was one person who stopped me and immediately jumped into the conversation of, I don't think R. Kelly did that. And y'all have got to do a better job with that. When I was at the barbershop, getting my hair retwisted and stuff, shout out to my loctician Jamal. Y'all follow him on Instagram, Many Cuts. He's very talented what he does. And I was honestly really, really happy to be in a space where the person who was doing my hair, who maintains this wig, okay, because y'all seen the growth, was able to have that conversation with me on the whole seriousness of R. Kelly and what he did, and, like, it needs to be stopped. Like, that shit is trash. And he made a good point. He said, there is no child fast enough to make me attracted to them. And that's point blank in the period. That is all. Like, and I'm glad that he was able to understand it, because a lot of cis heterosexual men were not grasping it. Like, we're just not getting it, because you all don't think that black women's bodies are theirs. It's not yours. It's yours for consumption. So I definitely understand how some of y'all ass were responding to the docuseries. I went on Facebook, a lot of stuff that was said, like, I had to remove a lot of people. I had to take a lot of folks off of my timeline and my newsfeed, because I was just like, this ain't it. This ain't it. And I don't want to be in that space where I'm seeing people make fun of black women being hurt. And folks started having all these derailment type of tactics of saying, oh, what about Harvey Weinstein? Harvey Weinstein has a documentary coming out. You know about him because white people have been talking about it. I don't care about what white people have going on with their people. They create a whole system. They can figure it out. I'm worried about protecting black girls and black boys. That's it, period. I'm worried about my folks. So I'm not gonna sit here and say people like Hugh Hefner was allowed to get away with it. That's a false equivalence, and you need to stop using that dumbass shit. It makes absolutely no goddamn sense, and you're doing that shit at the cost of black women, and it's trash. I'm not here for it. But the docuseries opened a lot of eyes. Y'all know that he performed, I think, in Chicago, and they said he was his place was raided or something. I'm still getting the details on that. It's on kingareese.com. Shout out to my girl Jessica Ray for making sure that's on the site. There's people still supporting him to this day, and people gonna continue to support him. Like, that's just what it is. Unfortunately, some of the folks we need to dispose of, get rid of, get away from if we can, and we need to, you know, stop supporting, mute him. We need to stop. We need to take away his stuff. We talk about that in detail on In the Middle, so make sure you're checking it out and listening to it. It is a 2-hour video split up in 2 parts, but it's worth every minute. But I just wanted to give you all a cute Kingareese TV video. I hate to have these serious moments and all this stuff, but I wanted to make sure that I gave y'all something sickening. Yes, this video is long as hell. I love you. I appreciate you all for rocking with me in 2019 so far. We are, what, January the 10th, I think it is right now. I gotta get to some work. I gotta do my Real Housewives Atlanta review and some other things. I love y'all so much. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all afternoon. If you have not seen In the Middle, if you have not seen any of the In the Middles, I suggest you check it out. Tell me what you think. Leave your comment. Let me know what you thought about all of my stuff, all the things I talked about in this video, and what you would like to see in my next video or in a future In the Middle episode. I am working on future projects that are like In the Middle, so I'm just, it's expensive, it's taxing and all that. If you want to show support, please email me at hello@kingareese.com. Like, shout out to Angela Nelson, who sent me a gift on PayPal not too long ago. Stuff like that helps, and I use that to work on projects and stuff like this. It is expensive, and it is, like, a lot of folks, it takes a lot to get these people in these spaces and stuff to be able to take time out of their day and to talk for about 2 or 3 hours and stuff. But, like, stuff like that costs, and, you know, you want to be able to make folks who are supporting you and people who are working with you feel wanted and feel appreciated. Like, it makes the world go round. So I appreciate you all for following me, checking me out. Love y'all so much. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, and I'll talk y'all later on tonight.
Mission accomplished, bitch. That's wrong.